This is Jean Marie Ward for Buzzy Magazine. With me today is New York Times best-selling author and Eisner Award winner Peter David. Welcome, Peter.
Hi.
Hi. You've written novels. You've written comics.
I have.
What's your origin story?
I was rocketed to Earth from the planet Prodigious.
Oh, really?
By my parents as it was blowing up because it could not contain my magnificence.
And how did that translate to becoming an award-winning and best-selling author?
Well, right, but you know.
Oh, yes. Just being awesome. It's
yes,
really...
That's true. My awesome origin caused me to write awesome stories.
Yes. But I'm sure there's a mundane one that you have to put on your
if you want to hear the boring version.
Yeah, I want to hear the boring version.
My father was a reporter. I grew up wanting to be a writer. I thought I wanted to be a reporter, but eventually, for reasons too involved to go into, I wound up gravitating toward writing fiction. Actually, when you think about it, considering the number of reporters who get busted for making stuff up, I have to think that fiction and fact and the reportage of same is starting to become almost indistinguishable one from the other.
You're just a little more honest about it.
Yes. I am a professional liar.
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time. I make stuff up and they give me money for it.
When did you know that you had arrived as a writer?
That I had arrived as a writer? If I had to pick one moment, it would be a few years back when Marvel had launched, or was about to launch, Stephen King's Dark Tower. And we were doing a major launch panel at the New York Comic Con, and playing to an absolutely packed hall. There had to be over 2,000 people there, including standing, plus standing room. I was on a panel that included the editor, the creative team, and besides myself, and Stephen King. And one guy gets up as we're doing Q&A, and he says, "I just want to say that Stephen King is my favorite novelist, and Peter David is my favorite comic books writer. So this project is just a dream come true." And Steve and I look at each other, and Steve goes like this, and we wind up high-fiving each other. And part of me thought, oh my God, I'm high-fiving Stephen King. How cool is that? So if I had to pick that one moment, it would be that.
Hadn't you met him before?
Had I met? Yes, I actually had, although I don't know if meet is exactly the right word. When I was in my late teens, maybe early 20s, I went to Forbidden Planet, a bookstore that's actually there to this day, and they were having Stephen King out for an autographing session, and which shows you how far back this was. And I said to him, I stood online and I said to him, "My name is Peter David, and I just want you to know that I'm an aspiring writer." And he took my book that I brought to autograph. I'm trying to remember, it was either Dance Macabre or perhaps Firestarter. And he signs it and he says, "To Peter, best of luck on your writing career." And so now I guess we had more or less come full circle. That years before, I was this would-be young writer, and here he was autographing a book, telling me best of luck with my writing career. And there we were several decades later, and I'm there on a panel with him where we're talking about my doing adaptations of his work.
You've written in so many genres. You've written scripts.
Yep.
You've written novels.
I did that.
You've written franchise novels. You've written comic books, most notably, as we've just found out, The Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Which format do you find the most pleasurable?
It may sound like kind of mealy-mouthed, but I really like them all. I mean, they all have different advantages. If we're talking about my being able to bring a story directly to the readership, then it would be novels, because there's nothing between me and the audience except my ability to weave a tale. On the other hand, when I'm working in collaboration with other people, they can bring my stories to life in a way that I can't doing it single-handedly. So, I just am so thrilled that I can earn a living as a writer that I honestly don't care which format I'm working in. I have fun in all of it.
What are you working on now?
Well, let's see. I've been working lately writing for animation. I'm going to be doing a web series for Stan Lee's World of Heroes.
Oh, how cool.
I think that has a certain coolness to it.
And it's gonna all on the web.
Yes. I've been working extensively on a new project in tandem with Will Smith and Overbrook Productions, tying into the movie After Earth that's going to be coming out in June of next year.
Great.
And I have X Factor for Marvel Comics as well as Stephen King's Dark Tower, and books that are published through Crazy 8 Press, which is a publishing collective that I do with several writer friends of mine. So I'm keeping myself occupied.
Okay, you've been coming to Dragon Con for 21 years.
At least, yeah.
What keeps you coming back?
They keep inviting me. Here's what it really comes down to. Atlanta is great. The fans are terrific. I love being able to be a part of the convention and entertain folks. Whether I'm emceeing the costume poll with George Perez, or the Saturday Night Banquet, or I'm just talking on various panels, or I'm doing my convention-ending wrap-up on the Star Trek panel. It's just, plus you meet the most interesting people here.
Yes.
It's just a lot of fun.
And it looks like you're growing an interesting person, too. Seems like you may have a new artistic collaborator on your hands. It
Yes,
looks like your daughter wants to become an artist.
Well, this is actually my wife over here.
Oh, okay.
My daughter had to go to the ladies' room. But yeah, she's my 9-year-old likes to earn money by coming here and drawing pictures. She actually has a nice buzz. She actually does a nice business of it.
Cool.
Every year to get a drawing from her.
That's right.
That's so cool. Well, thank you.